Why is culture important?
It makes everything easier. It's almost like a lubricant that, I don't want to say that.
We're keeping that.
No, I don't know. This metaphor's going south fast. Desperately to change the subject.
Ready when you are.
Getting slap happy now. Somebody bail me out.
What makes bad culture? Culture where there's egos. Culture where there's politics, silos, where there's bad meetings. If people in your organization hate meetings, maybe there's a chance to improve the culture. There are so many ways that not enhancing and paying attention to culture creates issues in an organization.
So Peter Drucker said that culture eats strategy for breakfast, and I'm a huge believer in that.
With our company, Griffin Concierge Medical, culture is everything.
Culture is sort of the circle around all of the vision, the strategy, the mission, the execution. Culture is the thing that holds that all together.
It makes a difference between whether somebody wants to come to work or not.
Absolutely.
In plain English.
The right culture sets the tone for your entire team, for the impression that people have of you.
It underpins how all the people in the company are working together and how we can know where we can count on someone else and how to build that alignment that brings us together.
So that culture, that how you feel when you walk into the building is very important. It's an energy.
And you really have to pay attention to it every day, every morning, every afternoon, every time you go to bed. You know, it's something that's got to be top of mind.
Insider Edge is an innovative new platform that walks hand in hand with leaders and individuals in their organizations that will help you grow your organization and your employees over time to create the culture that you want to drive the results that you need.
You know you want to have more effective communication in your organization. Every leader I talk to wishes they had better, more effective communication in their company. We can help you do that.
The more people you add, communication curves up. And so given that communication is going to go up as your company grows, to have that be inefficient or ineffective is adding not just a linear drag on your company, but an exponential drag on your company.
Conflict is uncomfortable for both parties, and the propensity for people to ignore it, whichever side you're on it's uncomfortable. And you need to have tools to be able to get through that conversation. You know, ultimately the goal is that, you know, conflict doesn't become this thing that people are afraid of or scared of, and, you know, people try to avoid.
Insider Edge is a daily companion for you and your employees to get the knowledge and skills you need to create the culture you want.
We release content in bite-sized pieces on the platform every week so you can fit it into your busy lifestyle.
Research shows that most people actually learn much better through consuming small bits of information over a longer period of time.
You will simultaneously feel more in control and more relaxed as you watch the culture that you built carry your organization to the next level. A lot of leaders think that they don't have time to invest in culture. There are so many reasons why not investing in culture is wasting and draining time out of your company. That's why we created Insider Edge, your daily companion for making your culture your competitive edge.
This is the time to make an investment in your team. It creates a competitive advantage.
We didn't invest in our company culture for quite a few years. And when we finally decided to do that, we started to see a return on the investment. And it started showing up personally in peace of mind. It showed up in the people we chose to hire and be around. And then once we got a taste of that, oh, things can be so much better and easier. This doesn't have to be so hard. We kept going with it. And the payback is huge.
So the layout of the site is designed to make it really easy for you. So we have the dashboard, which has brand new content every week for you to focus on. We also have a weekly challenge. We believe that the best way for you to learn is by doing. We want you to actually integrate. So every week you have the chance to sign up for a series of emails that are going to guide you step by step through actually putting these concepts into practice in your life and in your company. We also have tracks. We don't want you to get lost in the content on the site. So we put together for you recommendations of how you can go from this video to this exercise to this audio content or whatever it might be. We want to walk you through this journey of creating the culture you want by becoming the leader that you want to be.
Working with Gallagher Edge is the coaching that I didn't know I wanted at the highest level.
I highly recommend those companies, those corporations, those small businesses who if you say culture is important, then this is something that I highly recommend.
I wanted just to get aligned, and I think that we've gotten so much more out of that. The communication, internal and also external.
Why do we call it Insider Edge? Well, the edge is all about creating your competitive edge. A lot of leaders fail to realize that focusing on culture can actually create their competitive edge. And the Insider, that's because of our Inside Out model. We believe and we know that if you actually want to transform the culture in any organization, it always starts with the individual. So we focus first on developing the self in order to create more effective teams to enhance the performance of an organization.
The more I consume, whether it's with Insider Edge or executive coaching or the workshop, the more I realize I want to work even more on it. And I think there's value in each of the different components that you guys offer.
There's so much goodness that can come out of it. It's really hard to encapsulate and explain.
Like, you have to pay attention to your team, you have to pay attention to the culture, you have to pay attention to how people interact, and it's not easy.
You can't just turn off the moment you leave the office. It is really a change of mindset, and it's been transformational for me.
There are very few experts in it, and the ones that I know are in Gallagher Edge.
Did you get that?